Welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. We have a huge favor to ask. Please rate us in the apps where you're listening to this podcast, ideally with 5 stars, and leave a glowing review. This way more people would learn about the highlights from Ukraine and truth about the Russian invasion. My name is Artem, and here is the news. For 323 days, Ukraine stands strong against the forces of the Russian invasion. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky informed in his video address that he held a regular meeting of the staff to discuss the situation on the front line. According to him, the heaviest fighting is in the cities of Soledar and Bakhmut and on the whole front line in the Donetsk direction in general. They also discussed the situation with the supply of weapons and ammunition to the troops and relevant interaction with Ukraine's partners. Earlier, the president said that the units defending those cities will be provided with ammunition and everything necessary promptly and smoothly. The president separately mentioned 2 Ukrainian brigades who hold their positions in Soledar and inflict significant losses on the enemy. Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar informed that the Russian forces continue making attempts to break through the defense of Soledar and surround Bakhmut using the mercenary units of Wagner Company as well as regular troops, reports Interfax Ukraine. She stressed that the Ukrainian defenders hold the positions and inflict multiple losses on the enemy. At the same time, the General Staff of Ukraine informed that the enemy focuses on reaching the administrative borders of Donetsk region at the moment, but in the future it may intensify its actions to seize the left bank of Zaporizhia region. According to the US Institute for the Study of War, the Russian forces likely captured the city of Soledar on January 11th, reports Ukrainska Pravda. The experts believe that they likely control most, if not all, Soledar and have pushed Ukrainian forces out of the western outskirts of the settlement. At the same time, the Institute's report says that Russian media have over-exaggerated the importance of Soledar, which is at best a Russian Pyrrhic tactical victory. The experts believe that the capture of Soledar, a settlement smaller than 5.5 square miles, will not enable Russian forces to encircle Ukrainian positions near Bakhmut. Russian forces likely captured Soledar after committing significant resources to a highly attritional tactical victory. As a result, their troops won't be able to mount successful attacks against positions in Bakhmut, assess experts. They believe that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's statement that Ukrainian forces maintain positions in Soledar may be referring to defensive positions near but not in Soledar. The US Department of Defense has neither confirmed nor denied information that Soledar was captured by the Russian invaders, reports Ukrinform. Spokesman General Patrick Ryder said that the intense and heavy fighting is seen around Soledar as well as Bakhmut. He added that the US knows that the Ukrainians are continuing operations in the vicinity of Soledar and will continue to fight back. The Minister of Economy and Vice-Chancellor of Germany Robert Habeck believes that Berlin should not prevent other countries from supplying Ukraine with Leopard battle tanks, reports European Pravda. He pointed out that there is a difference between making a decision for yourself and preventing others from making a decision, and accordingly Germany should not stand in the way when other countries decide to support Ukraine, regardless of what decision Germany makes, said Habeck. On Wednesday, Poland announced that it is ready to transfer a company of Leopard battle tanks to Ukraine as part of a coalition with partners. Since the Leopard is a German-made tank, re-export to Ukraine requires permission from the German federal government. Volodymyr Zelensky in his address informed that yesterday Ukraine opened a new direction in its state charity platform United 24. This direction is the reconstruction of Ukraine. The platform will attract funds for the restoration, in particular of housing for Ukrainians in the territories affected by Russian strikes and occupation. According to the president, so far almost $14 million has already been raised through United 24 from people from more than 100 countries to restore housing. This is a tangible help to both local communities and the state, stressed Zelensky. He added that in general, more than $270 million have already been raised due to the state fundraising platform. The president thanked everyone who joined the United 24 fundraising. Prime Minister of Ukraine Denis Shmyhal announced that the first projects for restoration of houses within the United 24 platform will be launched in Irpin, Kyiv region, reports LBUA. According to him, overall in the Kyiv region, 18 residential buildings will be restored. Shmyhal said that the United 24 platform has collected most of the amount needed. After the work is completed, more than 4,000 people will be able to return to their homes. Deputy Prime Minister for Reconstruction and Minister for Development of Communities, Territories and Infrastructure Alexander Kubrakov informed that more than 2.4 million Ukrainians live in housing damaged as a result of Russian aggression, reports Espresso. More than 316,000 applications for destroyed and damaged property were submitted to the state via DIA app. He said that the bill has been suggested to the parliament to create commissions to consider issues of providing compensation at local level, at each community or military administration. Ukraine's Human Rights Commissioner Dmytro Lubinets held several rounds of talks with his Russian counterpart Tatyana Mosklikova in Turkey, reports Ukrainska Pravda. They discussed questions of prisoners, both military and civilian. During the latest round of talks, the Russian side in particular informed that 23 Ukrainians who were considered dead are in fact alive. Dmytro Lubinets said that there is no breakthrough in negotiations, but at least technical work, exchanging lists, providing information has begun. If you like what we do and would like to tip us, you can now do so directly to our PayPal. Check out the link in the description to this episode for more details. And as usual, you can subscribe to our Patreon. In gratitude for your help, we will give you access to a series of exclusive episodes on wartime life in Ukraine. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.